Alright, the question is, what do you do with your mind? How do you cope with like anxieties and fears and things like that? And I've wondered about this question a long time, and there's like aversion techniques. Like you start to think about something and you kind of snap yourself out of it. And I don't think that's right. I think that just adds to a combination of behaviors. You start to think this bad thing or this upsetting thing, this anxiety, and then you add to it like a negative reinforcement. And then in yoga I learned that as you start to think these things, you say, well, I'm not going to think about that right now. I'm going to put that on the shelf and think about it later. And you talk to yourself like a loving parent to a child. And that actually struck me as like as a gentler way, but it's the exact same thing. You add, you attach a behavior to another response. An involuntary response, you attach a voluntary behavior to it. So you act out a play. So here's the thing that I've been finding works pretty good for me now. It's kind of like, I call it eye on the prize. Yeah, I have like an irrational fear, or actually not irrational, like I don't want to take away from its power. Like I'll have a fear, a misgiving of the past, or maybe I'm not doing something right in the present, and it'll kind of rear its ugly head, that's for sure. And it'll almost happen out of the corner of my vision, mentally, and I won't look at it. I'm like, well, you know, right now what's important is what's important. I'll think back to something I said to somebody a long time ago that was hurtful or ridiculous or embarrassing, and I'll start to, like, my mind will start to head that way, but I shy away from it. I strain against it. And I kind of know, at first it's like it's a full-blown statement. It's like you're ignoring somebody shouting something in a room. But as time goes on, as I start to feel my attention being drawn that way, I stiffen my neck and keep my attention on the prize. I'm like, actually, what am I doing today? I'm camping. Should I open a new book? I brought a bunch of food. Should I be cooking any of it? Have I shaken all the sand out of my sleeping bag because Aquila tracks it in there? I put my eye back on the prize. I bring my mind back to what I'm doing, and I find it works fantastic. Sometimes I'll almost get a hint, like someone will say something, they'll say like a key word, like like they'll say something like, you know, a social occasion gone wrong, and my mind will immediately leap to family events or friend events, or like, you know, going to a party and having something happen wrong there. But even as my mind starts to leap, I'm starting to catch it mid-leap. I'm starting to think, I don't want to think about a social situation gone wrong. What I want to think about right now is what I'm doing, who I'm talking to, what they're talking about, and have a greater control of my response, like response to stimulus. And because it is like a stiffening of the neck, I'm not, like, I don't want to look that way at something. Like, I acknowledge it, I know what's about to happen, but I redirect it onto the focus of the moment. So I feel that I am adding to a stimulus, I add on a response, but since that response is to bring my mind back into the present, it doesn't feel badly manipulative. It feels focusing and appropriate. So, yeah, I hope that answers the question. I've certainly had enough malt liquor to bring me to this insightful stage. It's been so hot today, I've been drinking so slow that I've been dumping a lot out, I have to admit. Because once it gets hot, it's no longer that good. Lovely sunset.